Hello, my name is Gutierrez. This is my rebuttal against Rex. First, I'll start off with my first point that you try to correct, in which teachers need to have their annual salaries increased. You say that if we were to pay teachers more money, we would be taking money out of the arts and athletics to pay teachers a higher wage, which is not necessarily true. The money to pay for these higher teaching wages can come from other places. I mean, like I mentioned in my affirmative, if the government can find money to pay for wars that like more than half the countries against fighting to begin with, then they definitely can find money to fund and pay for higher teaching wages. And I mean, with higher teaching wages, like I said, teachers would be a lot more putting a lot more effort into teaching our children so that they can have a better education. Um, we could take all the money and pay our teachers, to pretty much help educate our children better. That way, there would be no necessity to shut down arts programs and athletic programs. I mean, and of course, when it comes to art and athletics, you need teachers to teach those, programs. And second, you go on about my third argument about making dropping out illegal. You say that students already feel like they're being forced to learn things at school that they don't want to, which is true. But in which case, many students already decide to drop out for that reason. Now, if we were to make dropping out illegal and punishable by jail time, yeah, sure, they'll be forced to learn, but they won't be able to drop out as easily, and they'll at least reach a high school education that will benefit them in the long run. Because already jobs require at least like a high school education unless you're working at McDonald's, which isn't really a great job to begin with. And just as I mentioned in my affirmative, one of the biggest reasons for dropping out isn't because the students don't see a necessity to stay in school, but rather because of poverty that hinders them from being able to attend school. I mean, a lot of times people drop out because they have to get a job because they feel like they need to help their parent or guardians, make ends meet, and that's one of the biggest reasons. Also, you mentioned that if we paid students for getting better grades, then students will most likely cheat even more than they already do just to get those higher grades. Now, there's already harsh punishments when it comes to students when they're caught cheating, but when there's money involved, the punishments for cheating would be even harsher, in my opinion. And like, if you paid students to get better grades, the better grades they would get, like the more information they'd be able to retain, even though they are cheating, but they will also be able to learn a little bit more because obviously they're being paid to. And so, that's my reasons for, my rebuttal against Rex. So thank you.